Are you not a big Super Bowl person?
It's staged. I feel like it's rigged. I feel like it is a y'all gonna get mad, but
No,
I
go
don't
for it.
care. I feel like all these men out here in tights running after a ball get paid $10 million. Like, what the hell? And teachers get paid $5 an hour. Like, I don't. That's not. It's the dynamic of it isn't. And then they're grown men getting mad at each other and fighting over a game.
Yeah.
Y'all are playing.
I mean,
You're playing outside.
She got a point. You know that stems from Roman times, like gladiators. You know, that's almost like the same concept.
A football with a tiger?
Yeah.
No.
No. I'm talking about far as how people would cheer to see the gladiators. Of course, they're not fighting, but you know that same, because the Greeks are who invented sports. That's where that came from. For the soldiers, a form of the exercise when they're not in wartime, so they won't be lazy. So they invented sports and things like that, so they can stay in shape.
And football here really isn't. It's soccer. You know, because we're the only ones that call it football. Yeah. It's everywhere else it's considered soccer. And, you know, they consider that more of a talent because you have to use your feet and move and not just crash into somebody or knock them down.
Well, I feel differently.
Or throw the arm.
Football is the only, like, you know, sport that I can actually watch. I don't really watch basketball anymore. And, you know, when I was thinking about the Super Bowl, I mean, it was great for me because, you know, I was going for Seattle and to see them win 29-13 and to really kind of blow them out, you know, because, you know, nobody really likes the Patriots anymore. Well, no, I don't think we ever did, right? I mean, maybe at the beginning. But now that they win all the time, it's kind of like.
It's always that.
Yeah, I was kind of happy to see them, you know, beat them handily. Yeah, I mean, I actually enjoyed the game. I mean, you know, I just kicked back, had food. Yeah,
blowouts
you know,
are no fun.
I think it wasn't really a blowout until later on.
Wasn't it like in the end? Yeah. I did know that.
Really, like the third quarter. The third quarter when they scored their touchdown. When they scored that touchdown.
I know it would have been a low-scoring game because the defense is
that's
fairly good on both sides.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of a defensive game.
It was actually boring, to be honest with you. It was kind of boring. You know, Emmett Smith had a good take. You know, they put all that. They put all that on Drake May. They just gave him the throne, but you know they're shit on Shador Sanders, who I guess who only played 5 games and now he's in the Pro Bowl. Yeah, you know, normally they wouldn't do a rookie like that, you know, but they shit on Shador Sanders, but.
They definitely talk about him differently.
Yeah, exactly. Now when you see what Drake May did, practically nothing, I was like, damn. I mean, I'm just saying he got sacked 6 times.
Yeah, well, a lot of people were saying that he like was hurt, and they found out that he had to take a shot or something, either before the game or after the game. I can't remember. Yeah,
Who's the guy that was? This is only his 2nd Super Bowl. That's what they were talking about. They were saying on the morning show that it shouldn't be, everybody shouldn't be mad at him because it's only his 2nd Super Bowl or second. Is that?
Both of them, this is the first time that either of them have been to
Who was the quarterback?
Donald was quarterback for Seahawks.
He's never been, I don't think.
He's never been.
Yeah.
You know, he may have been on a team that I don't know if
there?
the team. Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Since they were saying.
But he wasn't physically the quarterback.
He did go with you guys. He was a backup, though.
He was backup on a few. And then Drake May. He's a rookie.
He's a rookie.
He's 2 years in.
That's what I was talking about.
Second year.
The 2-year guy.
He's 2 years in.
That's what I'm talking about.
This is his first time to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
which in itself is a great feat, but you know, I just like, man, I know it'd be a low scoring game, but I didn't think it would be an atrocity like that, you know.
Yeah.
Like I said, it was boring, but I watched the game and halftime show. But in light of Super Bowl, no, it was boring to me.
What's that?
The damn commercials. Oh my God.
Oh, they didn't have cool ones.
The commercials were shitty.
That's the best part.
To me, the commercials was trash.
Yeah.
Yeah, they was trash. The
Oh.
commercials wasn't, because everybody. That's
Now
the
I
one
gotta Google
time
it.
everybody gets quiet and sit
Yeah,
around and
of
look at this.
course.
And we
Yeah.
saw these commercials like, man, what? Budweiser had an all right one.
Mm-hmm.
They did one okay. Then Dunkin' Donuts had one that was. Those are the two
Oh yeah, that was
memorable
interesting.
ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I
With like
saw.
Ben
But
Affleck.
Ben Affleck, yeah, and made them look younger
Yeah,
than
it
what
made
they
them look
were.
younger. And all the
Those and
sitcoms coming
yeah.
together. That was
Oh,
pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
Google
You know how
it.
much it cost this year for a commercial to air on the Super Bowl, right?
How
is
much?
it?
$8 million.
God.
Dang.
$8 million if you get in on time.
Mm-hmm.
If you come late and they fill in slots, then it was $10 million to get a
What?
commercial. Imagine you already paying. Say if you get on time and you paying $8 million.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention you have to pay the people who you get to act in these commercials. If you know what I'm saying, depending on what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because I know T-Mobile had a long one. They had Drewski and they had a few people in there. I was glad for Drewski to see him blow up. You know.
Yeah.
I
But
like
yeah.
him.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Well, did we watch the halftime show? What did you guys think of Bad Bunny?
I want to hear what this
I
lady
gotta-
thought.
I enjoyed it. I felt like I wanted to dance. It was
Yeah.
so energetic. It was so lively. Those girls were getting it. Every single, and I like the message that he was given. Whoever
Yeah.
allowed him to perform and gave permission from the Football Federation or whatever doesn't like Trump, because that whole thing was directed towards Trump and what's going on right
That's
now.
a good take right there.
Yeah,
That
you
is-
see what I'm
that-
saying?
Yeah.
Because if they
'Cause I was
did,
like-
they wouldn't let that man get on there and put the Puerto
Right,
Rican
right.
and we're showing all the, and
That's
we're
what
going
I'm
through
saying.
all this ice and bullshit now. I'm like, whoever is over all that was like, go ahead, do your thing.
Well,
You can get it.
that's a good point that you say that, because Rock Nation is over that, right? With
Oh, I
Jay-Z.
forgot. He does
So I
own.
wonder, is it because he got to say all end all be all, and the owners and everybody, in football, are they just like commissioner? Are they just like hands off? So okay, he got it. It's on him, or they got to say so or whatever. But
They knew it was going to cause controversy. That was nothing
Yeah.
but, because that's all he did was show Puerto Rican love, all Latin, all everything that everybody's against right now is what he was demonstrating.
Yeah, there was such a great storytelling.
Yes.
Even how they open it up with the fields and the
Yes.
nice boom shot coming up, and you see the big field, and then they walk through it, and you're seeing all the different jobs that people have and different things that people do, and so I loved that. I mean, and as a Drake fan, let me just say Kendrick could never. So this is one of the best halftime shows probably since the LA one, which was 2022 with Snoop Dogg and all those guys.
Yeah.
Like probably the best one since that. So that's
your-
what I
and
would
your-
say.
in your opinion?
Kendrick
one was controversial,
That's
too.
what I'm talking about.
His was all right.
Controversial, too.
You
This
had
one was better.
His was intellectual. You
Okay.
had to figure out.
This was very
what he
intellectual
was,
too.
Well, this one I feel like was more emotional. I feel like
Yes.
this one,
And it
Bad
was
Bunny,
beautiful,
was
too.
emotional.
I was sitting there
I
at
cried
one point. Yeah, I
at
mean,
the
like
end.
with the wedding, and then him
and that was a
handing
real wedding.
Yeah, exactly. And then him handing the
little
Grammy to the
boy.
little boy.
Yes.
There was a storytelling going on there.
Yes, that you could
Do
get
y'all
it.
know what the things they showed? Do y'all know which each one he was trying to say?
Go ahead.
I don't think so. Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, each
Which one did you saw?
with the Grammy given to the little boy, of course, trying to tell him like you can do
Right,
it.
right.
You know what I mean? And he was no matter if you're poor or whatever, you can make it. I did. The wedding was showing, I believe, Latin love and just showing how passionate that they are, and because they are very. I think him climbing up and them swinging through that little like light pole stuff is just him rising above. That's just metaphorically, because he's higher than everybody, and just I wish I would have known what he was saying.
So
I wish I want to know, like, but I still wanted to joke with him though.
the
I was still
opening,
getting-
those are people with in the trees. Those actual people, right? So opening, when you saw the people working, that's the slaves that was in Puerto Rico. That represent the slavery. To mine the sugarcane in the Caribbean, right? That's where they brought a lot of slaves in for. That's the symbolism of that. on a telephone pole.
What was
that's
that?
about the grid in Puerto Rico that America
didn't
that they put all the
fix.
emphasis. Yeah, and they put money, but
from
they had
the
the grid.
hurricane.
That's what that's about. The old lady, when he took the shot,
Yes.
she's one of the first women in New York. Had I think a bodega or something that they try to do gentrification, and she stand her ground. That's why he came to. That's a drink from that's with that, and then I believe what you said with the little boy.
Yeah.
Was symbolism of like him that you can him.
Yeah, you
the
can
little
do
boy,
it.
the Grammy, but
Yeah.
they thought that was the little boy that escaped when his dad left.
Yeah, I
but
knew
that wasn't him.
I was like, "There's no way."
Right.
If it was, I was like,
Hey.
"Dang, that'd have been awesome." But
Yeah.
that wasn't him. So
It can represent that.
it was a
Yeah.
lot of
like
Kendrick's. It was a lot of protests. Kendrick's one was for what
Yeah,
it benefited
exactly.
for, and Bad Bunny is beneficial.
This
for
is
what
the best one
benefited
since
for.
2022.
So anytime you piss off
hard
MAGA, anytime you piss off MAGA, you know you did something
Yes.
right for the greater good of people.
Here's what I
Yes.
mean, when I was watching it, I mean, the only thing that you could get mad at if you were a MAGA person was maybe it was all in Spanish.
That's what they
But
were
the
saying.
That's what they were
message,
saying.
to me, the message was just so beautiful. How can you get mad at something
Come
like
on,
this?
man. You talking about MAGA? Come on, man.
He's trying
What
to
you talking
bring
about?
people together.
With
The
all
way
the
that they bring out all the flags at the end,
Yeah.
and him
Yeah.
holding out the thing that said America. You know,
But
like
you see, they still had a problem
to me,
with it.
that
Kendrick
was-
one, it's too black, too much black
Facts.
people, right? Racist.
Mhm.
Now in this one here, everything's in Spanish. All the Spanish stuff here, once again, racist.
Everything
Yeah, they
was
had a
sounding
problem with
white.
Kendrick's, which is all English, and they have a problem with this one, which is all Spanish.
Exactly.
So,
Did you
Exactly.
know that they had a they did some, what are the people called? There's a group that boycotted the
oh yes,
and it took 6.1 million viewers away from and
Well,
they did an all American
yeah,
that's
halftime
okay.
with
Yeah.
Kid
See,
Rock.
and that's MAGA.
That's
MAGA. That is
crazy.
MAGA.
well, it
They've
doesn't matter
never done
because
that
you know the
before.
Bad Bunny one was the most watched in history, so it doesn't matter that they
How many
took all
views
those
did they
people,
get?
even though it was the MAGA
know?
people. It was like 130 million.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, I knew about the Turning Point USA with
Yeah.
Kid Rock that they were going to be doing that, you know, which is kind of laughable. You think we're going to sit down and watch Kid Rock over Bad Bunny?
You know,
please.
and then they were saying some of his lyrics were about messing with the younger girls. Or so. That's what I heard.
Who,
allegedly.
Kid Rock
The
or?
lyrics.
he made
Kid
a song
Rock.
a long time ago.
Oh yeah, he did.
That
Was an
that
old
had
song.
that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I don't know. I know they were saying something about his
Yeah.
lyrics.
I saw that. That's Don
But-
Lemon. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, but that wasn't what he was. They made it sound like that's what he was in one of his performances.
Currently,
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't think. But I would be surprised because Kid Rock has a mixed baby. I would have thought
Yeah,
he would
he
have
was,
been
right?
Yeah,
But he's-
I would have
he's all
thought he
MAGA, you
would
know
have
what I mean?
been more,
He's-
open to
Man, look at- let me tell you
diversity.
something. When one thing about them, they stick together, and you got to respect that. It ain't. It's make America white again. It ain't about
That's
making America
true.
great again. It's making it white again.
That's true.
You know,
I will agree with
Because
that.
think about it, they do not want diversity. Only way they want diversity the only way they accept diversity and inclusion is if you have their narrative. That's the only way you got to take on their narrative.
I think they're scared. I think white and
What
'cause
do
I
you-
am half white.
Right.
But I think the white folks are scared. I watched a clip with Farrakhan. Do y'all remember Donahue?
Oh yeah.
Right? He was on there and they had one of the ladies stand up and they said, "Well, what's the problem with black people?" And she said, I'm fearful. I'm afraid of the violence." And Farrakhan said, "You're not fearful of us. It's your guilt. You think that if we all unite and then turn around and do what y'all did to us,
Right.
then that's what you're afraid of, that we
Exactly.
all come together and do what you did to us. But you have no reason to be fearful. There's nothing, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I feel like it was for the whole MAGA
MAGA.
situation. I think that it is them feeling like they're the minority now.
Yeah.
I think
believe so,
I
too.
think they're seeing it and they see that people are coming together. And I mean, white people are. There are more. What used to be minorities are no longer minorities. You know what I mean? White folks are.
That's why they're doing a mass deportation.
Yeah.
Getting those Hispanics up out of here.
Yeah.
You know, and now they gunning for the Somalians. You know, yeah, I think it is a fear of that.
Mm-hmm.
But in our whole history, we have never been a people or a race of people that have been barbaric to the point where we just, annihilate a whole nother race solely based on your color, or, solely based on on the pigment in your skin. That has never been our history. And plus, they feed in off of the propaganda that the story. Remember the first movie, The Birth of a Nation, where white men in blackface run around sexually assaulting women and pillaging, and then the Klan rides in to save them. But there's violence in every race, but most of the violence is done by them. You don't see them fearful of that. I've seen plenty of white people buck at cops, and cops do nothing. I've seen a video.
Not anymore.
Well, I was just about to say that's what's gonna stop it. Now they're getting shot. They're getting shot like everybody now. I mean, it is. That's what the lady said on the TikTok. That's what I call it. But she said the only way for it to stop and for people to feel it is to actually. You lose your white privilege. You've lost it when when you step in between a cop or ICE and a minority. You've now lost your white privilege. They're going to shoot you too. You're now one of them.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
Yeah. What did you guys think of Trump's tweet? His racist tweet of the Obamas, him taking a picture of monkeys or gorillas. And putting the Obama's face on those. Now, the video was like about a minute long, and the part with the Obamas as monkeys was only like 2 or 3 seconds, right? So it was like a quick thing, like a
subliminal.
But yeah, it was in there. What do you guys think about that?
I didn't even know he did that.
Really?
Well, so I don't really watch. I don't like to watch the news.
Okay.
I just got a TV. I didn't have a TV for like 5 years.
Oh wow.
Because I just didn't the news and all it was all negative. Everything was negative, and I'm an empath, and I kind of absorb that stuff. So I was like, I'm good. I'll stream. Yeah, I just like and I didn't like the noise of the TV, the feeling of it. But my daughter finally made me get one. So, but for like 5 years I didn't have one. So I didn't even know that he did that. I mean, I believe it. I can. He is mentally disturbed.
This is what he did.
Like legit. Oh my gosh.
He posted that.
So I saw that. How long? I didn't see the whole video. What did he say
underneath
so the video.
What was his point?
The video is about voter fraud. Right. So the like.
He's
a minute
talking about
is like voter fraud related. And then like at the end for 2 seconds, you see the Obamas dressed up as, And he claimed that he didn't
do it.
Yeah, he claimed he didn't do it. He blamed it on a staffer.
Staffer did it.
And then they took it down, and he never really apologized. Trump never really apologized.
Not really. He didn't apologize at all. He said, "Well, I got to apologize for I didn't do nothing."
Yeah, exactly.
He's very arrogant.
So that's how he rolls. I mean, even with him trying to say, well, ICE did make some mistakes with the Renee Good and the other situation. He didn't really say he was sorry for it.
He will never fully atone for
admit
anything.
To yes.
And also, even though he didn't apologize, he never once said he will reprimand the staffer who did it. He didn't name them,
Right.
Well, we all will look into that, and
that's what I saw him. Look into it.
Yeah, but he didn't say he's going to reprimand nobody. But I think he did it.
Okay.
I think he did it. He started talking about the voter fraud, which we all know that's a lie.
That's deflection.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly.
That's all
and
that
there's
is.
no voter fraud. And he's still talking about, they stole the election. That's why we stole this one.
That's why he's mad. That's why he's coming in with guns blazing. He was pissed
y'all
because that election was rigged.
They're trying to say that he has, he may be allegedly have dementia. Y'all think that's
I believe it. I mean, that's the only way you could.
I mean, I think,
shit he tweets.
Yeah,
is insane.
I don't know if he has dementia. I think there's definitely something going on with him.
Mentally.
But he is older. You know, like this is a 80-something-year-old man who, Well, we see the effects of what a presidency can do to somebody. I mean, just look at Obama.
Obama, bless his heart.
The jet black hair, and it came out all gray. So, it's one of those jobs that will, age you faster than anything in the world. So, an 80-year-old man being under that, I mean, yeah, there's definitely something going on there. Yeah. But yeah, go ahead. But what do you think? You think he has dementia?
Allegedly, it looks like he may. I don't know. I can't clinically diagnose anyone. Yeah. So yeah. I've looked at a few videos with this one man. You've probably seen him on Instagram. He says he works for geriatric for so many years. He always cites his credentials before he goes into what he said, and he's looking at his actions about the bruise on the hand, the swelling of the ankles, and he's stating that he's actually evacuating himself while he's in press conference. He's saying that because if you listen to the sound and then you see the lady behind him like doing her nose like this, and then they rush everybody out. So that's what he's saying in this Instagram post, and he says he's dealing with geriatric, and he says because they were talking about something, then all of a sudden, this is another post. They at the table talking business. Then all of a sudden he just gets up in the middle and go looks out the window. Look at that, they're doing a great job. Well, it's like he's just totally, and they just like everybody just looking around. Yeah. Then he comes back, and then I don't know who it was, but they slid him a note, right? And he was supposed to read it out loud.
Oh, yeah, I remember
saying, get back on Rubio. Yeah. But get back on whatever the subject was. Then he looked at it, he's like, oh yeah, Rubio, get back on. Oh yeah, he sent me another black. Yeah, he's a good guy. So the guy was diagnosing him, saying even though he hasn't physically.
Yeah, they can.
But he was saying by his
visually.
Yeah, how he is. He was saying that he's suggesting that he's maybe like.
Early stage
of dementia. And he's thinking that he doesn't have long. He kept saying that. I don't think he has long in the land of living. Or before they invoked the 25th Amendment, which is, pull J.D. Vance and to make him step down. But of course, just like they did with Biden, they will lie about
they made him
health.
leave because he thought he was old, you know what I mean, and waited to the last minute to get Kamala. He should have done it at the beginning.
They lied about his health. So
trust me, MAGA gonna do the where was that thing. Doctor when Biden was in there?
Exactly.
There was a lot of people. There was a lot of people acting like Biden was fine, and we could see it with our own eyes. Like,
and then
it was way more clearer than anything that's going on with Trump.
Exactly.
In my opinion, but other people may feel a different way.
Hey, I've been said you may call me an ageist or whatever. I don't think you need to be that old holding office.
No, I agree.
You need fresh blood, new eyes, people out there because time is changing.
Younger perspective.
And some of these people, you ever hear them when they question, when they bring like say a Mark Zuckerberg or somebody down and they question them, the senators question them about the platform. They don't even understand what's going on. And they say, look, that's the algorithm. These people are so up in age, they don't understand these things. So you need some fresh blood there. That's my take.
I concur.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your opinion about the Bible?
And religion?
I think churches are gangs.
You think they're a gang?
I think they're gangs, yes. Expound. I believe the Bible was written, it's full of allegories and metaphors. It's meant to help people, because everything in there you can reference somebody's been through it. Like David and Goliath. You've had to fight a battle. You've had to go through something that was bigger than you. You had to defeat it. It helps you to give you support. I think it was written, how many versions of it is it? It was written by man, for man. It wasn't, it's not, why, like the King James Version, the Quran, you have so many different versions of it. And when I say gangs, like, okay, so Jehovah's Witnesses, they recruit. When they knock on your door, Mormons, they recruit. Gang members, what do? They recruit. When you go to, what was the other one that they were doing? So they also have social hierarchy. You have your pastor that tells you, that's over the whole congregation. tells everybody what to do. You're in gangs, you got your leader. He tells you what to do, everything. And you have to be baptized to get into a church. You have to be jumped in to get into a gang. You get support from a church, quote unquote. You get support from your gang. They were having religious wars all the way back in like the 1600s. People fighting over religion, just because you don't believe in what I believe in. Gangs, Crips, Pyru, vice lords fighting over turf. Same thing. It's all a wanting of a sense of belonging to something. Tithes are bullshit. That was built by the Catholic Church because they were running out of money and they wanted to figure out a way to pay what they needed to get done. So they figured you would get penance. If you cheated, depending on what you did, is how much you had to pay to get redemption. That right there, that's a organization. That's a business. That's not like, for me, a church, if you're going to go in someplace and worship, it should be the only time that it feels good. And I used to teach at a church. It wasn't until I got into it, the mega church. And these are like, I don't know if y'all know, but like Clint Brown, it was Faith World in Orlando.
Brooks go to a mega church.
Yeah, see, I can't.
I don't go to no mega church.
And I thought it was going to be I was like, oh, it's diverse, you know what I mean? We got all this. But then when I got inside of it, and I was just like, what the hell?
And you learn a lot of language.
Yes, I was like, oh no, I'm not religious, I'm spiritual. I got my own relationship with the universe, you know what I mean? Like, I don't need to belong to a group in order to feel good. You know what I mean? I can talk to my universe, which is what I call it, because that's where we are all God, actually. Everybody is God. The universe is inside of you. You have all these frequencies that you can be on depending on which direction you decide to turn your life. Like, one, you might want to turn left one day and it'll change your life. And if you would have turned right, you would have been somewhere else. So there's all these different frequencies that you can be on. I just think that the gang and the gang and the churches, all the way down to, like I said, recruitment.
Right.
The wars.
Do you believe in God?
Oh gosh, yeah.
Okay.
I believe in the universe.
Okay, you believe in the universe. What does that mean?
I believe that there is a higher being. And like when people say the fear of God, they did that. They did that because back in the days, they were just bestiality. They were killing. They had no fear of law. Like in Caesar time when we were talking, they needed something to be feared of. And that's where like the term like the fear of God, because they felt like if they were going to be, oh my gosh, punished and go to hell. I don't believe there's a hell. I do believe there's a heaven. I don't think that it's fear tactics. It's scaring folks into feeling like they have to be in this situation.
So what is God to you? What is the belief in universe to
So
you?
for me, the closest thing for me is Buddhism and a Taoist. So it's Taoists are they believe in you go with the flow of like nature. You go with the frequency of what you're feeling. You pay attention to what's going on and you just ride the wave. Buddhism is there's no I. You don't exist. You're just here to just be here and just enjoy it, which is why they, shave their heads. They don't they just wear cloth, you know what I mean? But it's when you can get to the point to where you're good with it or without it, that's bliss. That's happiness. Because people are always trying to be better and bigger and making all these accomplishments and not feeling satisfied until they make that accomplishment. But what about the journey to get there? What about feeling good that whole time? You know what I mean? If you can just even with death, I had to deal with it because a close friend of mine passed away. And I had to realize, like, it's called detachment. You have to take yourself out of it and realize, like, this is what life is about. You don't have to succumb to it, and you can be peaceful within yourself. I just think that when you got one man telling you, oh, you shouldn't wear earrings, or you can't do tattoos, or, and the preachers usually have the biggest egos, and they end up cheating because they got all these women praising them. That's another reason why the majority of those mega churches, how many pastors have we seen get in trouble for cheating?
I would agree with you on the mega church. I think the mega church definitely has something wrong with it.
It is.
There's deep-rooted problems in the mega church, and I don't think that the mega churches are biblical at all.
It's all money.
But, I do think that there's something about going to church. There's something about the communal aspect of it. There's something about being with people in a room and worshiping their God. At the end of the day, I don't think that it's as needed as like you going to a building, because at the end of the day, it's about you and your relationship with God. And so I think a lot of people get that misconstrued because, they are caught up in I got to have a pastor, I got to have a building that I go into, and, this, thing that I'm going to, it has to be like perfect. You're not going to find a perfect church. You're not going to find a perfect pastor. You're not going to find perfect community. Okay. There's, we're people. And so people are going to be, different. I know you're talking about it at a higher level, right?
Yeah.
You're talking about it in a very systematic way. And so I understand that. But, I do think that, again, there's something about getting together with people, even before there was religion. There's something that's in us as humans that when we get together with people, and we're all working towards a cause, we're all have a belief in something, and that's what the church kind of brings to a lot of people. And I don't knock anybody for having an opinion about not believing in God, not believing in a church, not believing in all those kinds of things, because I understand, like, people go through a lot of stuff. There's a lot of things that happen, and there's a lot of things that can make you feel like, the church isn't real. Like, a lot of people have church hurt.
Yeah.
A lot of people go through things like that. And so that's a very real thing. And, and I've seen it up close, so I understand that. But, and this is coming from a kid. By the way, my dad was a Bible teacher, and we never really went to church. It was almost like he had his own church, and we would get together with our family, and we had a couple of other families that would meet with us on Sundays, and he would sit there and teach and, pastor, whatever that was at the time. And so, like, I definitely feel you on that aspect of, like, it doesn't really have to be like a church, because we never really believed in it. And now, me older, my dad passing on and stuff like that, I do go to a church from time to time. But yeah.
So you believe the Bible is literal?
I don't believe the Bible is literal, but I do think that there are a lot of things that did happen. And if you go through the history, I mean, listen, I think it's a lot of people get very oversimplified with the Bible and God and all these other things. It's easy to go, yeah, God doesn't exist. Why? Because, if I say, God, give me a new Lamborghini, to me, that's such a, I don't know, it's an oversimplified way of thinking about things. And I think it's very easy
to blame God.
It's simple for a lot of people to do that kind of thing.
Yeah. And say it's not real.
But, I think that something I always hold on to is, if God wasn't real, if the Bible wasn't real, it wouldn't last this long. The Bible is the #1 selling book in history. Okay. People draw from it, from the media we consume, like the different stories, the different things that we do. Like, a lot of it goes back to the Bible. What is that thing that tells you to treat a person with kindness, to treat a person with love? what is that?
That's
if
Buddhism.
that's not God, like what is that? You know what I'm saying? So, I mean,
Buddhism.
I think at
It's
the
not
end of the day,
church.
okay,
It's not the church
yeah,
that's teaching you. I mean, I've been to churches where the preacher talks about you can't be gay, you can't be this, you can't be that. You know what I mean? Like, don't tell me what I can't be. You're supposed to be inspiring. And the majority of the churches that I've seen on TV, that I've gone to, that I've, witnessed, it's just a little clan of people that are just following one man. You're worshiping a man on a steep on a stage. You know what I mean? You should have your own relationship with God. I talk to him every day. That's my homeboy. Like, we're cool. It's just not you. I feel like the church divides people. I don't feel like it brings people together. I feel like it divides, because if one person's a Muslim, I don't believe in what you believe in. I was raised Catholic, Christian, you know what I mean? All that. They're all little labels to put on people. Why can't there just be one big happy family? And that is what Buddhism teaches, is that you worry about self. You do you do your inner work, your shadow work, and then you'll project good energy and it will come. I like the singing when I go to church. Yes. Now that part, why can't there just be a church that just sings songs? Because that's when I feel it.
Because you need meat, you need food. The singing is just, at the end of the day, if you're not being fed, you have to be fed.
By who? But why can't you feed yourself? I don't need nobody to feed me.
You have to be able to talk with God. That's the way you talk with God. You open up the Bible. And by the way, you were talking about you were just talking about how people are worshiping a man. There's so many scriptures in the Bible that talk about, God talking about, hey, like, do not worship men. There will be false prophets, and to watch out for those people. And so, like, there's so much in there that, like, I mean, even just hearing you talk, I'm like, yeah, the Bible talks about that. Yep, the Bible talks about this.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. So, the Bible is good.
Yeah.
I keep hitting that. Sorry.
That's okay. No, you're good. Go for it.
The Bible is perfect for helping people get through certain situations. It gives you examples of every single situation you can go through. It gives you how to overcome, how to love, how to be nice, how to be kind, how to be this, how to be that. It does all of that. I feel like it's a reference. It's a reference, and it's metaphors that helps people to deal with life. Because everybody goes through the same thing. We all get our feelings hurt. We all have issues with money sometimes. We all have shit we have to overcome. You know what I mean? And the Bible will help you do that. But so wouldn't being able to deal with yourself and not having to reflect on the Bible would be a deeper connection to the universe, because you're not running to the Bible. You're doing the shadow work. You're self-reflecting. A lot of people don't like to look at themselves in the mirror, and they don't like what they see, you know? So it gives them a reason to be like, well, the Bible says to do this and this and this. Buddhism and Taoist are literally the nature. That's why it's Mother Earth. You know what I mean? Like, do you believe in Adam and Eve? Do you think that's how?
Yeah, I do believe it. I do believe in the story of the Bible. I mean, and there's historical proof now. There's, like, they found the mountain, by the way, where the ark was. They believe that the ark was.
They just like they found those big old rocks that they think were tree trunks. But
but I mean, like, listen, I mean, there's so much that you can go into. I mean, I don't want to get too deep because I don't want to be like the person who's super religious. I don't know. What do you think?
No, but you can. That's what I want. I want to hear the side, because to me, when I was younger, I always questioned. Mm-hmm. I knew it didn't seem right to me, Adam and Eve. So I did a deep dive. Yeah. You know, we came from. Do you believe in evolution? So you don't believe in evolution?
I think that a lot of people are scared of science, but I think that science actually proves that God is real.
No, I know there is
So
of course, how did we get
yeah,
here? Like,
right,
hello, how
yeah,
did anybody get here?
hmm
Like, there is a whole, I just don't, I say God and I say universe, you know
yeah,
what I mean? I don't quote God. I just like to say the universe more because it just feels like I'm connected more. But we came, it was black people. That's where it originated from, and they
hmm
migrated from Africa, and it
right,
got lighter, lighter, lighter,
yeah,
and then you
exactly,
got white folks. You know
yeah,
what I
yeah, yeah.
mean? So two white folks can't make black
Yeah, it
people.
was about your body being able
So
to
how?
adapt
Yeah, to
to
your
different
environment.
climates. Yeah,
Correct.
exactly. Go ahead.
Exactly. So that debunks Adam and Eve.
Yeah.
How's that? How that debunks that?
Because okay, so we're 98 and 99%, 1% off from chimpanzees, not gorillas, not monkeys, but chimps. Our DNA has one off.
Mm-hmm.
So think about it like a tree, like a branch. They're like
Mm-hmm.
our cousins. We
Okay.
evolved. We were Homo something and Homo something, and it became Homo
Homo
sapiens.
sapien.
But
Mm-hmm.
before that, it was other things. So if it was Adam and Eve, and the Bible says everybody came from Adam and Eve, how do we have all these different shades and people and Chinese people? And was Adam
Yeah.
and Eve Chinese?
I think
Was
I think a lot of people get that misconstrued. I mean, we all have one creator. And I believe in that. And I mean, if you were a person, look at how you're able to create things, right?
mm-hmm,
Would it be weird for you to create something that's very similar to the first thing that you created?
mm-hmm,
Okay, and it's just a little bit off, but it's a different creation.
mm-hmm.
No, you're going to create what comes out of you, and what you're able to create. And so I think that at the end of the day, I think that God created everything, and so some things are going to be similar. I mean, we're very similar to I forget what they say we're similar to, but it's something hilarious. We share a lot. We share some DNA with a banana or something. I can't remember, but people always bring up the chimp and the all these
But
other things.
because that's what
So
it was.
You
That's
think we evolved? You think we
cavemen.
evolved
How
from
do we have
apes?
How do we have cavemen? How do we have artifacts from back then? How do we have who made them? Who did that? People that were
You
already
you think we evolved
we're
from apes?
cousins. We
You were.
weren't like just like you have different types of apes and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. We
Okay.
are cousins of them. We
Mm-hmm.
are a form of them. They are the smartest creatures out there. And we only have one, like scientifically, we only have one point of DNA that's off that
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't make it a chimp. So it's either you believe in Adam and Eve and they made Chinese, black, African, all this, or you believe in evolution.
well, black can create everything.
All
But go
right.
ahead.
Well, I
It's
said
time for
that.
you to
So
Yeah,
go ahead.
okay.
I agree.
So theology and science, they at some bridge they kind of intersect
They
to
do.
some degree, right?
Newton, all
So
that.
yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
do believe you have and I watch a lot of I'm sort of a nerd like that to some degree. I watch a lot of things about genetics and human
I do
right?
documentaries.
So I believe in Adam and Eve because two black can lay and make any color spectrum, right? Even the
Facts.
first, even when blacks left, let's start with Chinese. The oldest tribe in Africa is the San people. They're very short. They look Asian. They like your complexion and lighter.
Mm-hmm.
And I've even seen documentation where you actually seen black Asian people. They have a remote village in Polynesia and Hawaii. They clearly African, but they look Hawaiian. They stayed remote amongst themselves. It scare you. They got afros, everything. You go to Fuji, those are black people. You go to Australia, the original, they were black people. The San people, they're saying the Asians had descent from them because they have Asian features when they migrate. And on the hair texture is different. The hair texture may be of course, Asian hair texture, right? Then the early Europeans were black. They weren't white. They found a skull, and it was as they say negroid with straighter hair, and it was lighter eyes, but it was like a skin complexion like this. You can see where the mutation was slowly starting to take place because what we see in the landmass today, it wasn't like that thousands of years ago. You know what I'm saying? Some places were colder where they're hot. Some deserts weren't deserts at that time doing platelet and land shifts. Now, if you even go look at, there's a tribe in Africa right now. Everyone has blue eyes. They like his complexion and red hair.
I've seen that.
So that goes to show you. And then
Aborigines or like that.
Yeah. And there was an actual African couple. I don't know if they were Nigerian or whatever. They gave birth to a white child, and they said, "How could this be?" And he said, "I'm the only one with her." So and that aspect, that's how I believe in the Adam and Eve. And then every black woman has the mitochondrial Eve gene that shows that through them all races, and that's through science.
So you're saying that every person on the planet, how we got started was they were in the garden and then they turned into cavemen.
No. Okay, now the thing about cavemen, right? Now you have human and you have Neanderthal, which Neanderthal is actually your caveman. This is science.
Correct.
With a bigger skull and a smaller brain.
Correct.
When they study those, they weren't people of hue. They weren't considered human. They look more Caucasoid or Caucasian, because right? And they were more hairier.
Yeah, they were evolving.
And they were able to eat some raw meats and things like that. They weren't considered like human, but eventually they died out. And they died out, and then it said some human might have intermingled with some of them or some degree. I don't know. This is what they're saying. But when they go back and look in DNA, every white person has about 2% Neanderthal, but no black people have that.
No, I agree. But what I'm saying is, make it make sense, Sway. I need because how do you have artifacts? How do you have all the stuff showing on the walls and the hieroglyphics and all that from way back when? Right? Okay. Who made those? Adam and Eve's kids?
No, okay. For example, we would go back, since we talking about the Bible, and I get what you're saying.
I'm just trying to.
No, I totally with you. Like some stories you would hear, and you be like, "Man, is that?" You know what I'm saying?
That's not.
I get you. That's you.
It's to help
you being inquisitive.
Yes,
your question is
very much.
Because I was like, man, is this stuff really?
That doesn't make
sense.
So
I went back and I looked at a lot of things, and one of the beautiful things about the Egyptians, who were sub-Saharan African, by
Correct.
the way, because white people can't take that much sunlight like that, right?
Correct.
So the beautiful thing about them, they, like you said, hieroglyphs. So take the Exodus, for example. Y'all familiar with the Exodus, right? You know, they have that hieroglyph on the wall of what actually happened, what the Bible says about the plagues and the death, the locusts, the frogs, the Nile River turned to blood. They actually have the hieroglyphs. So they said, man, these things had to actually happen.
Socrates.
They have the hieroglyphs of all these things, right? But then at the same time, I've heard people even say that the Bible mimics a lot of Egyptian, what do you call it? Egyptianology?
Text.
Because they say that was first, and they say that it copied that, you know.
So which one's right? Which Bible's right? Which Bible's right?
Well, put like this.
Who's right?
Put like this.
Because didn't you say you're
Hebrew.
Hebrew.
So put like this.
So you read the Quran? No, not the Quran.
No.
No, you're not. What do you read?
Torah.
Oh, Torah. Sorry. Yes, that's what that is.
So
then you got the Quran. You got the Bible. You got like.
Which was
who's right?
The Torah was first. All that come from the Torah. The Torah is first.
Who wrote it?
But hold on. Let me say this. So now, when you said you got. I've read different Bibles. You have the King James. You got the NIV. You got the Gideon.
You got so many.
You got so many, right?
That's my point.
You got so many. But see, also too, the thing is, what you should do, what we just grabbed too, because I know you guys don't read it. You need to get the Ethiopian Bible, because it has all the books that the Catholic Church you mentioned earlier that took out books. Because you did have a great point. They were used to control people.
It is.
It's used to control people in the masses.
Fear.
But if you have you have the book of Maccabees, you have Jubilee, even Judas Iscariot has a book. There's many books that they take out to control people if you read it. And this is the oldest the oldest version
I know, but
of
it
the
was
Bible.
still written by a man. God didn't come down and write this and say, this is what y'all need to do.
And you know what? That's a good point too, what you're saying, because
It's
people were saying, how do you know, how can you trust everything? And someone made a statement saying that how you know it was inspired by God, because they said because of man's ego. Like, for example, with the book of, with David, right?
Yeah.
So you know about the story about David.
Yes.
With Bathsheba.
Yes.
Yes.
David had a man killed and he took his wife.
Yes.
And so they were saying it must be inspired by God, because mostly men are not going to write their faults. We always want to make ourselves look good. We're not going to put
That's where
nothing bad
Jesus
about
comes
ourselves.
into play. I think he was a prophet. I think he was a prophet that was a man. I don't think he came back to life. I think he was a good man that was able to teach people, just like we have prophets now, like, you know what I mean? The monks and, you know, well, I'm not going to say the popes because they're corrupt. I don't even, I don't count that. But you do have people that are pure-hearted that want to help teach. And I believe that's what he did. He went through Jerusalem and, you know, was teaching people how to be kind and nice. That's all it's about. It's not about anything else. It's not about what you wear or putting tattoos or piercing. It's just be nice. Be nice to people and they'll be nice to you.
You're absolutely right.
That's all it should be. Why does it have to be so convoluted with you can't do this, you got to do that, you got to pay tithes, you're not allowed to do that?
You know why? It's like that because initially
it's a game.
When Yeshua came and Yahweh, if you believe the word, he spoke the word and the word became flesh, right? So Yeshua came and did just exactly what you said, how to live. This is just how to treat one another. This is how, because everybody's so corrupt. What happens is when you got all these churches, right? I visited many churches, nonprofit, been to Baptist, been to AME, been to Methodist. I visited Pentecostal. I've even visited. I've even talked with what do you call them? They go out Jehovah's Witness. Which they don't even have a Bible. They have a book called the New World Testament, right? And I even talk with some Mormons as well.
Seventh-day Adventists. I've done
Seventh-day Adventists, yeah. So everybody took these same texts and get their own interpretation out of it, right?
Exactly.
So you know what I did?
Exactly.
So I studied. I said, you know what? I went back to the root, to the beginning. That's why I became that. Well, I always was. That's why I'm Hebrew, or we are the Yahudim, which is Jewish. It's just it's an Aramaic. Yehudi or the Yahudim. So Hebrew. So that's what my ancestors, what my lineage was originally. Like even when as a child, I didn't know nothing about circumcision. My mom was like, you a little kid. Your thing don't look like theirs. My mom doesn't know you had to be circumcised and stuff like that, because that was, an ancient practice and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I just go back. I leave all, like, I don't knock nobody who go to church. I don't personally. I don't go to church. I don't go to church.
It's not that I'm saying.
I'm not a Christian.
At all.
I'm not a Christian. I believe because they have a whole lot of religious divide, right?
Yeah.
And then I even been to holiness. You go to holiness. All their restriction is for the women. She can't wear this. She can't wear jewelry. They put all restriction on the women. And then you have Church of God in Christ. Women can't teach men. They can only teach kids. But yet, as scripture in the Bible, Ruth ran Israel too. So a lot of religion is a lot of hindrance. So that's why I'm like, aside for. But I don't knock people, because wherever they can find their peace. You know what I'm saying? That's just where they find.
Yeah, no, that's my point. I'm not saying that it is bad. I'm not saying churches. I'm saying
I'm
just saying what they are. Yeah, but it was written by man. There's not a woman that wrote the Bible. There's not. It's all.
Well, apparently,
all
Mary Magdalene wrote her book. She has a book. But see, these are just books that they took out.
But
Mary Magdalene wrote her own book.
Also, when the Bible says man, you have to realize that was kind of a unisex.
Yes,
like
that's
mankind.
true too.
It's not
It
just
don't mean
like
just,
a man.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people, that's why when people are
Yeah.
like, would you say mankind?
Yeah.
Yeah.
mankind.
When people say that, it's
No,
like,
they
they're
say
like, oh,
man.
well, it's a man. No,
No,
that's
it's not.
kind of like I'm saying it wrong, but unisex
But yeah, I know.
word.
Yeah, he's
No,
right. He's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Because
Where it can mean a man or a
in the
woman.
Ethiopian Bible, which people, which in actuality, in actual retrospect, right? I'm pretty sure y'all all can trace your lineage in some form because we came here through the Atlantic slave trade. 9 times out of 10, you can all, if you dig deep, you have to do a deep. You can trace your lineage all the way back to East Africa, who migrated into West Africa, all the way back to the land of Judea.
Oh yeah, it was Africa. It was where we started.
Where the actual Hebrews went in, and they made their own cities. It's called the lands of the Hebrew, where they took the slaves from, where they captured them and sold them into slavery, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you all can trace, right? So in reality, really that Bible that y'all talking about, whatever form, really that is Black history of your people that man and woman have written. That is the history of those people that in those times that traveled, you know what I'm saying? So you shouldn't, one thing about me, I don't want to let, I know that I don't want to sound too racist. I don't let nobody else tell me about my own lineage that you don't even look like me, and you're going to tell me this and that about Elohim and or Yahweh or God or whatever y'all want to call Most High. You know what I'm saying? About something that wasn't even written for you. You know what I mean?
Well,
but you are actual Gentile.
But see, now that God is supposed to love everybody, right? Mm-hmm. So the divide has become a color situation. It's the people that made it divided. Mm-hmm. I believe in the God. I believe in everybody. He's not a vengeful God. He's not a jealous God. God is not jealous. How can you be God when you're pure? God is pure love. That's all it is. It's pure, non-judgmental love. That's it. Everybody else, mankind, separated everybody. Made all these little churches, all these little gangs, all these little, you belong here, you belong here. I'm going to keep you all locked up. It should be just one big...
It's supposed
We're
to be.
good.
It's supposed
that's
to be.
How it should be.
You're right. But man, through
exactly,
it started with
that's
religion,
my point.
then religion.
It's man that did it. And when I say man, I say mankind.
Mankind, and it filtered into politics, and therefore like that. But there is a scripture where he says, "I am a jealous God; thou shalt have no other God."
I was going to say
but
this in the Bible.
But see, that's man. That is man that wrote that and said that. Just like he also said, girls aren't supposed to pierce their ears in the same Bible. You're not supposed to have tattoos.
Where is that?
In the Bible.
I never read
You're
that.
not supposed to be. You're not supposed to mark your body. Your body's your temple. You're not supposed to put any tattoos on you. You're not supposed to have piercings.
Well, I got tattooed. Yeah. I had my ears.
So what you have to understand is, especially if that's from the Old Testament, a lot of those laws were set up, and even in the New Testament, there's laws and different things that were set up for the people at the time.
Exactly.
And
so they keep changing
a lot of that's was for people at the time.
And with the piercing, like the Hebrews was enslaved in Mizraim, which is Egypt, right? Egypt means bondage. That's what that means. That's what Egypt means. Mm-hmm. And it was, before then, it was called Kemet. So the Hebrews, because they all looked alike, they would mark them and pierce them to know that these are your slaves. So when they were set apart, I guess that's why they was like, the piercing things, but I don't really know as far as the piercing. I know as far as the marking of the body and stuff like
saying
that.
That your body is your temple. But it's why are there so many different versions? Because it's man, like you just said, Josiah, them for whatever was going on at that time. This is what I want y'all to believe. We gonna go 100 years later. Okay, now I want y'all to believe this. Okay, now we're gonna go down. No, now you can't be this. It's constantly changing. There's a root. The root is yourself, is I. There is no I. It's just, none of this is real. None of us are real. We're all frequencies. Nothing solid. You understand? So when he says walk in God or, be God-like, we're the universe. our bodies, we're a whole universe. When you talk, do you hear yourself when you talk? In your head? Can you hear yourself when you speak?
Yeah.
That's consciousness. That's all we are, in a body, in a vessel.
Yeah.
The churches, if we didn't have any church, it would be just everybody getting along and being one. Why do we have to be divided?
The real church.
Why do we have to be divided?
As some people know, is like, the church is the people.
It's the people, yeah.
And that's the bride of Christ, according to the Bible. But we need to shift.
Okay.
But yeah, what final statements? 30 seconds. Go.
Me personally, I don't think that. I don't think he didn't. They had synagogues. I don't think there was even supposed to be a church. That's all through the Catholic Crusade and things like that, and all those different denominations. But since we got shit, but no, I wanted to ask her. I want her to expound on something about afterlife, because you said you believe in heaven but not hell.
Correct.
So you believe everyone goes to?
Yes,
heaven?
because God is forgiven.
Slave owners and
everyone, so it depends on your soul, and that it depends on your spirit, how you lived. You can be stuck, which is. Do you believe in ghosts? Do you believe in spirits?
Not really.
No, I do. I believe that, just like I just asked, how can you hear yourself talk in your brain?
I get that.
You that's a conscious. That's it's not real. You know what I mean? I can't hear it, but you can. Yeah. And then your body is just a vessel. So the conscious never dies. When you sleep, your subconscious never sleeps. It stays. It's awake the whole time. Your body is asleep. It's resting.
You think the consciousness is running around in turmoil? That's what you think if they don't go into heaven?
Yes. That's where you get people that are stuck and they can't go up to heaven. The ones that have done like fucked up shit. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. But God is, so how can he be all forgiving and send somebody to hell? Hell was created to scare people. It was to scare people into behaving. So, you're still going to go. He's going to forgive you. He's going to forgive you for everything. Nobody's perfect. Nobody was born.
True.
And they go through shit and they turn into it.
You don't believe in sin.
I believe.
You think there's no such thing as sin?
I believe that there is doing wrong to people. Yes, of course. I don't believe that there is.
But you don't like the title of.
I don't
sin.
I don't like any labels. I don't like labels.
But you know what? Was actually sort of.
Like, who says is a sin? Like, they might say, having sex before marriage is a sin.
You know what's sort of dangerous about that to some degree? And I also see your point too. It's a double-edged sword, right? Of you controlling people. But also what's dangerous about that is it'll be like a purge. No accountability. That's the bad thing about it.
That is my point.
That's dangerous.
No, you're going back to why the Bible was written to begin with.
No, that's what I said.
Because they wanted to control people. Yeah, to control people to behave. But you're going to go to hell if you don't.
Do you think people need some type of restraint? Otherwise, they just run around reckless and doing whatever.
I think people
and saying that, you're gonna be forgiven. Go ahead and. Well, I know you're not telling me to harm somebody.
No, of course
that's
not.
What I'm saying. That's what it'd be. That's kind of dangerous. Though,
no, I'm saying that those people need help. That's a whole different situation. You know what I mean? You can go for therapy. You can do all that.
But what if they don't?
But then that's on them. They will have to. They're not gonna go to some hell. They might, when their soul won't be at peace. When their conscious is in their body vessel is gone, it won't be a peaceful situation. I do know that. Well, not know, but that's what I feel. But sin, who decides that? Why can't you have sex before marriage? Why is that a sin? Why? Who says I can't? You know what I mean? Like, who are you to tell me what I can't? To me, if you don't murder, kill, rape, molest, those are sins. Those are just being not good to people. And that goes in my theory again, like I said, with the Buddhist and the Taoist. Just be good. Do your inner work. Don't, enjoy the ride. We're only here one time. This isn't no dress rehearsal. You know what I mean? Be nice to people. Karma come back to you.
Treat people the way you want to be treated.
Literally. Yeah, and I just don't feel like that you need a church to do that.
All right, guys. We could go all day on this subject.
I'm sorry.
And we should definitely have you back on to get into that. Now we're about to become heathens.
Yeah,
We're gonna talk about heathenistic things.
What, doing the nasty? Boy, ain't that something?
It's gonna be fun.
Oh, y'all going to hell.
Damnation.
He couldn't wait to get on that.
So sexual experimentation. What does that mean to you?
So, okay. All right, let me.
I don't know what that means to me.
Okay, so first of all, okay. First of all, let me ask y'all a question.
Okay.
No. Do we love sex?
No.
Yeah, I already know.
I know he does.
I already know you're about to talk about it. I'm about to say no. I thought you were about to say something.
Does the body count of a female matter to you guys? Meaning, how many men she slept with? Correct.
Go ahead, Brooks.
I would say yes and no. I mean, I think. I don't think I want to be with somebody who's been with been. This is gonna sound terrible.
No, say it. That's why
I don't want to be with somebody who's loose.
This is why
you know what I mean? Like somebody who's goes around and is just sleeping with whoever. I don't think anybody really would.
No. Body count prior to you.
Define loose.
But prior to you, too.
Slept with over 100 people or something like that.
You mean? Oh, okay.
Internally loose?
Yes, that's what I mean. Yeah, that was it. Define loose. I've been with somebody who was internally loose too.
Well, that's because she didn't do her Kegels.
I'm just saying, somebody who's out here, somebody who's in the streets. You know what I'm saying?
She mean prior to you.
Prior to you.
Yeah.
Say if she says, "Oh, you ask her, yeah, I've been with 200 guys."
I'm not doing that.
Damn.
I'm out.
Really?
I'm out. Now, if
why?
Because she's been with 200 different men.
But why? She doesn't have any disease.
He says he thinks she's a bit of a whore.
But why?
I think.
Why?
Well, I think that
it was prior to you.
It's like if you're going to, let's say you have a house. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna get in trouble with this shit.
I told you it was gonna cause some problems. I wanted to.
So you mean can he sleep with someone or be with someone in a relationship?
No, be with them. Say this is your girl.
Okay.
Yeah,
you love her.
I was thinking that's what you were saying.
Yeah. I wasn't just saying just casual. Okay. No, you love her, and then you ask her
casually,
the question.
I don't know if that's like saying would you be with Bonnie Blue? Hell no, right? I mean. I wouldn't do that. So, I mean, there's a lot of men who still are hanging out with her. So
why would that matter what she did before you?
I mean, I think that there's a point. I mean,
that's your
honestly,
ego.
I don't really.
What? Hey, better question.
Yeah,
I'm going to help you out. Better question. Same scenario, right? You said 200 men?
3.
Damn. All right. 300 men, right? Say, all right. You meet her, y'all date. Most people, sometimes they don't divulge everything, right?
Okay.
So let's say y'all going, it's about 6 months, 7 months. Now you about maybe, how many months you think it take for you to say, okay, I love this person? Or a year?
I mean, I think it'll probably be like a year or so.
Okay. Yeah. Boom. A year, let's say 12 months.
Okay.
She in love with you, you in love with her. Mm-hmm. You find out slowly, but then, gradually, she been with other people. But then by that time, you find out, but dang, she been with over 100 people. Yeah. Would you stay with her or would you leave her?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good question. I don't know.
That's what I was trying to.
I mean, I don't know,
But my question is why? I like to know the why. Why is it why are you contemplating? What is making you? That is your ego. That is what's making you think about it.
Why do you think it's an ego?
Because men don't want to know that the girl that they're with has been with a bunch of people.
That's true.
And has been out there. They want a girl, what they say, a lady in the street and a freak in the sheets, but they want to put her on a pedestal. They want her to be like, oh yeah, she's so. And I'm gonna tell you straight up right now, women will lie to you dead in your face and tell you like old boy said, J. Cole, multiply that by 3, whatever she gives you, multiply it by 20. And that's real shit. Because they will, because they know that you guys think like that. And I think like a man. She
right.
You understand what I'm saying? I know that. So it's your ego, because you don't want to feel like you're with somebody that's been used. You're with somebody that's been sleeping around, but you're not thinking about her as an individual, not just who she fucked.
Okay, so you're saying that if a guy messed around with 3,000 women, you still be down with him?
If I loved him, yes.
Okay.
I have no problem with that. That doesn't faze me. I'm not, and I don't want to say that y'all are insecure. I don't want to put that out there, but I don't care what you did before me. What you did before me is your business. What I did before you is my business. I don't have to tell you.
You know something?
What I did.
I totally get what she's saying. I agree with you. We do have egos, and it may very well be some insecurity.
And why a girl got to be the hoe and the man got to be a champion?
True, and that's the ills of society.
I think if it's both sides,
that's just
if you're a man whore, you're a man whore.
Okay.
Right?
But
really,
you know,
so
I think for some odd reason, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think not, and I'm not all women. Some women, I think they look at it as a turn on that this man been with multiple women. Men, we don't look at it as a turn on that she been with multiple men. We just don't look at it like that.
No,
because I mean, sometimes when females, and I never bring up the subject of how many people you've been with. Usually the women are ask me. They ask me, right? Because I know she hasn't been with. I know she's been with other men, but and I figured, well, she probably ain't been with nowhere near many guys I've been with women anyway. True, and you could think that, right?
I'm just saying.
So you know, and once again, ego, right?
I'm just saying.
But I don't think it's not a turn on for men to know that you've been with a plethora.
I mean,
it's not a turn on for a woman to think that you've been with a whole.
I mean, I think it should be a turn off for both sex. Because
why?
Let me explain. Let me get into it. So,
because he hates sex.
I think.
Do you?
I think that no. Come on, people. I mean, let's be honest. All right. So, but listen.
So bad.
To me, it shows a lack of control. A lack of character for you to be out here just giving it away to anybody. Okay. And, you know, it shows a little bit of something in you if you feel like you have to be out here just doing whatever.
But why?
You have to be able to show a little bit of control.
But why can't it be controlled?
I mean,
why can't it be controlled sex?
Why can't anything? I mean, like, it's like, too much of anything is bad, right?
I mean, you should always, I believe it should always be a medium. But
and you know, if you're out here just doing whatever willy-nilly, I mean, you're putting yourself at risk for disease. You're putting yourself at risk for all kinds of there's
sex. Safe sex.
Yeah, I mean, but like, who knows? I mean, if you're going out here and if you've been with that many people. A lot of it won't be like that. Okay,
I would be thinking
that's how it happens.
It's possible that I'll be thinking it's possible if she's been with that many people. I would be thinking like, dang, you know, is it so easy for her? Maybe she might cheat on me, you know.
That
she could probably get away with it.
And there's statistically,
ego.
No, statistics back that up.
Who cheat more, men or women?
Statistics back that up.
Men or women?
I would say it's about equal.
Women cheat more than men.
No, women get away with it better than men.
I saw statistics that say women cheat more. You know why? Because women will get bored quicker when a relationship. They will start off saying, "Oh, I want stability," which is nothing wrong with that. But what does stability looks like when he's coming home all the time? And I get it, men. Sometimes we would get in a routine because he's working. He just come home, he chill. She be like, "Damn, he come home. I fix something to eat. He sit down. We may have sex, we may not, because he done been working all day. But yet, I got this. I got my car. I got my house. I got this. She may work too or whatever, right? men will become complacent. Women get bored. So that's why they said women will cheat. And that's why women will leave quicker than men will leave too. Men will take that stability and say, oh man, I'm happy. My wife good. Our bills paid. Yeah, I'm working. But hey, everybody eating. Nobody complaining. The bills paid. The kids are all right. She come, hey, something wrong with the kids or whatnot. She handling things at home. We handling things or whatever. And they say women get after a while, they tend to get bored with that. And they feel like, I've lost myself. I'm only defined by you guys. So that's why I'll implore every woman to either have your own career or have something for yourself outside of your marriage. I'm not saying that equates to sleeping with somebody else, but
you don't want to lose your identity. You don't want to put yourself in neither role should. But men are natural hunters, and there's nothing better than coochie than new coochie. And you guys always are out there looking for new, you know what I mean?
True,
and it's not. And see, I personally, like I said, I treated sex, and I'm just straight up. It is what it is. Like I did guys how guys did girls. You understand?
Smash
like I said,
and
it kind of got me in a little bit of trouble sometimes because I'm too honest on here. My capabilities would have them knocking on my door uninvited.
Gotcha.
You understand what I'm saying? And so I had to, because I'm like, everybody don't deserve this. Let me roll this back in a little bit because it's fucking some folks up. But I'm just being for real. But for men, when they're in a relationship, they get a wife. They'll, like you just said, the same exact thing. They'll have somebody at home. She'll be the perfect little Betty Crocker, doing right, being right, but they still want to go out there and taste something, but they don't feel any emotion for that person. It was just physical.
Yeah.
They love their wife, which is why men feel like, it's okay. You know what I mean? I love you. It was just sex. It's, to me, I can forgive the sex. If it's an emotional connection, now we got a problem. Then it's like, oh, well, to me, that's more in depth. So, sex to me, back in the day, didn't mean anything. I just enjoyed the act of it. I enjoyed sex.
I mean,
you know what I mean? It's like with a guy, and I didn't get emotionally attached to anybody. So, I wasn't like a regular girl where they're like, oh, gosh, I love you.
You with someone right now?
No, I've been celibate for about 1.5 years.
Okay. So let's say if you was with someone and y'all together.
And this is why.
If he had sex with somebody else and it was just physical, that wouldn't be a deal breaker for you?
If we were, like I said, non-negotiables too, if we were in a relationship. Correct. And I'd want to know what physically wasn't fulfilled that made you want to go out there. Because there's a reason that men go out and do stuff, just like there's a reason why women do. They're lacking something in what they're getting from their partner. So that's where the experimentation comes into play.
Speaking from a male's perspective, sometimes there isn't.
Well, you just want to have sex.
Why?
It's female other.
Well, why don't you want him to go out and be with the other people when he's in a relationship with you? Is that ego?
No, I didn't say be. No, I didn't say to be with them. I don't have to. No. I actually could be in a poly relationship.
Okay.
So there is no ego. I'm confident enough in who I am that I could be, but it would be a man and a girl.
So sex, your relationship good, y'all have good sex life, but yet he still slept with someone else, purely physical, no emotional attachment. Could you, and you find out, and he said, look, I admit it, I did it. Hey, I mean, if I offend you, I hurt you, I'm sorry, but it was just physical.
Correct.
There's nothing, even if you saw the text, and they just talking about, maybe hooking up sex, it was no lovey-dovey, nothing.
Correct.
Is that not a deal breaker for you?
No.
But would you be upset?
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't want it, because you would definitely feel like, what is it that made you want to? I want to know the why. Dang. I don't care what you did. I want to know why you did it.
All right, let's say that he slept with 100 women, and you find out that he slept with 100 women. What would you do about that? Maybe he's not emotionally attached to them.
Do you remember their names? how was it?
Damn. See, I'm not built that way.
I don't
Like
care. It doesn't faze me because I guess I'm confident in what I am and what I'm capable of. And I feel like you don't have no reason to go nowhere because I am open to experimenting. I am open to, you know what I mean? Some girls only will do missionary. Like, that's insane to me. I'm like, how do you even keep a man? Like, that's the only position you want to be in? Like that?
That's what Brooks does.
No,
what are you doing? Don't bunk up. Lay on your back.
I know a female to this day, she's like, I have never. And I'm like, girl, what the fuck? I know girls that don't give head. You know what I mean? I feel bad for men who don't get oral sex. Am I being too bad?
Go. Say it all.
I had that once.
Yes.
I had that once.
Because I feel like that is awful. And how would a girl feel like, who was it that did it when he was smacking the mic on his face because she kept turning her head because she didn't want to do it. It was a comedian. Yeah. I might have been Kevin Hart. But anyways, you don't want somebody going down on you begrudgingly. You want it to be because they got to. You want them to want to do it. You want them, like, I don't want no man going down on me because he has to. Nah, Negro, I'm good. Don't worry about it. You know what I mean? So I feel bad for men because a lot of women don't like to give oral sex. I personally think it's very controlling. I like the fact.
I'd be like, damn, they still make y'all?
Yeah, but I'm just...
Y'all like a VCR.
I'm just saying, because you can control the man completely. If women would understand that, and you not
Can't
saying...
give them much control.
No, have you been given... Right, you can trust and believe. I'm just saying, I feel like women need to take classes in that, because I think that would help
blowjob classes?
Yes. And I'm dead ass serious.
I've seen online.
They have them.
Women
Do they really?
Yes.
Bro, I've seen women.
You want to know how to deep throw, so you don't. So
and
you
she
don't
said that with a serious face.
I'm dead ass.
I've seen. Don't ask me how I saw this because I won't answer. I've seen something online one time. They were giving classes on women how to squirt.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, that's a real thing?
It is.
I was like, what?
But see, you got to be patient, and you got to be, and that's the other thing. Men, y'all like to sometimes just worry about y'all. That's just straight up.
That's the younger dudes. That's younger dudes than Brooks.
Okay. You got to take time with a woman.
No,
it's more mental for women.
Yes,
that's true.
And learn her body and get it, and she will. Once she releases and gets wet and all that stuff, it's on, and you're good. You're in there.
Women are faster than others.
Correct. Exactly. And that's what I mean by like experimentation. I do think that
learn a woman. Yeah, you do.
A man, if you give your man a blowjob every morning before he goes to work, his ass is coming home. He's drained. He ain't out there looking for nothing. He ain't got time to look for nothing. Everything's already been pulled out of him.
Beard is dead sleeping at lunch.
I'm just saying, he's gonna come back. I feel like that is such a powerful tool for women if they would just use it. And they just feel like it's so nasty and dirty and like, oh my gosh, but you want him to go down on you. And you know, and you want him to do it all lovingly, and you're just like, on the tip, like, what the fuck? I'm sorry, I'm just saying.
No.
Like, keep I do think learning how to not have a gag reflex that will definitely put you
really
in
getting
there.
into it, huh?
Yeah. I'm just
so let me ask you. Go ahead, Brooks. Go ahead. So who do you think? How do I want to word this? Do you think is it easier for men to cheat or easier for women to cheat?
It's easier for women.
Okay, so
for sure.
Explain.
Well, because y'all don't pay attention. Y'all are so busy just like in your own little world. Like, we know if we do this, and this, you won't think nothing of it. You know what I mean? And you guys usually slip up because you'll start doing shit differently. We can tell, like, you're shaving, you're smelling different. You want to go to
you're going to the gym more.
There you go. Exactly.
Yeah.
You got to go to the store more often. Like, we'll do it while we're driving.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
Stuff like that.
I think men are more. What's the word? Dang, I had the word. When you're just in a cycle.
Yeah.
We're more complacent on certain things.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Like I think it's easier for women because, as like you said earlier, as men, if we really wanted to cheat, we would have to go out and pursue.
Correct.
Y'all don't have to do that.
No.
Y'all just have to block.
Correct.
You can choose. That's why I tell some men, don't get it twisted. Don't think you big and bad and you got this ego. She can really break you if she chooses to. That's what really breaks a man as a woman. You know what I'm saying?
It does.
And trust me, if she's being faithful to you, you got a real one because she is choosing. It's plenty dudes at the office who trying to smash. She's just turning them down when she go here and there. Or she maybe ain't found nobody who she's attracted to like that yet, waiting for that day that you F up real bad. And you know what I'm saying?
We only have a couple minutes left, but I wanted to get back to the blowjob thing.
Yeah.
So
go ahead. Because I had a point on that.
Why do you think that women, especially I feel like new age women, I feel like are less likely to give blowjobs?
Yeah.
I thought they was with it.
No, these little young girls are just about money.
I think sometimes too, they feel like it's a little degrading for them. Mm-hmm. Why do you think that is?
Well, the immaturity. I think just not realizing, like, if you're with somebody, you should. So I think this is gonna be bad.
I'm gonna ask you a question about guys too, but
yeah, this is gonna be bad. Guys should be able to be eaten out too.
Eaten out. You talking about down there? You talking about beyond?
I know what she's talking about.
Past the taint?
Yes. Yes.
There's some dudes who like that.
I think when you're with somebody, your body is not. You just want to feel good. It's about
does that feel
feeling
good, Brooks? How does that feel? I mean, I'm not. That's not my thing.
But see, that's just because you just feel like it's a gay thing, and that's not what it is. It's your body. Every single. Have you ever had your underarm licked?
No.
What the hell?
I've never heard of that.
Have you ever had your toes sucked?
No.
Oh my gosh.
He has. That's why he just stopped.
You guys do not have any. There's so many erogenous zones on your body.
And I agree.
That can be touched.
I'm surprised.
There's
nothing, that he hasn't.
There's no. There's nothing off limits. So would you? No, I haven't.
That's why he stopped.
He had to pause.
There's nothing off limits. You think there's
when you're with your not just anybody.
No. I don't mean that. No, would you with that person?
Yes.
Really?
No. Everything. You're not gonna make me feel inhibited. I don't. If I go somewhere to do something and you tell me to stop, now I'm rejected, and I'm gonna be like.
So they just.
I'm good.
Whenever you with that they know this lady and you like just take it.
No, they like it.
They like it.
Yes. Damn. And I do, guys. Like I said, the ones when I was, dating, the same way I would do females. I would turn them out.
I saw. I always mention Kendra G, because she does the dating thing, and then she had a female that called in was looking to date a guy, right? And this one particular female was like, Brooks, like.
No, go ahead.
He's like I saw that one too.
I know what you're talking about. I don't.
So she said, look, I'm gonna let y'all know now the things I like, and the stuff of that. And she started telling me, and she said, what? She said, well, because I'm into certain things that's for me. So they're thinking like, what your pleasurable things? She said, yeah. She said, look, well, I'm gonna just put it out there. She said, look, I like ass eating. Yeah. So she said, oh, you like the search? She said, no, I like to do that to God. She gets off on doing that. And I was like, wow. I was like, man, but I just, me personally, I don't think that's just not for me. Man, you get up and your ass crack all wet and stuff.
But that just is an erogenous zone. I know you've had a woman. Okay, so when you're getting head.
I've never.
Listen, okay, so when you're getting head, you don't like your balls to go in their mouth too?
I mean,
and then it goes like that little spot right up underneath it tingles.
I've never had nobody go that low. maybe they may lick some balls and stuff like that, which is fine. But they go that, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm clenched like this.
Well, you ain't supposed to be.
Because I don't want them boys to slip. Hey, I'm gonna put my cousin on blast. So my cousin, right? My cousin. I gotta tell you.
By the way, he's talking about himself.
No.
He said my
cousin.
And
I'm gonna tell him watch this. Hey, my cousin, right? He live in Tennessee.
Okay.
So damn, man, you put where he lives.
Hey, he was with this girl, right? And he said she was giving him head, licking his balls over there. He said, man, I'm laying back and enjoying. All of a sudden, she lifted my leg. He said, damn. He said, wait a minute. Is she in my ass? He said, she started licking his ass. I said, man, what you did? He said, man, shit. She been down it. I raised my leg up. So he said, she called him next day, thinking they just talking. He said, she kind of punked him, right? She called him. He said, like, so what's up, man? What you doing? He said, oh, man, nothing, just getting to work. So tell me. He said, what's up? How was that ass eating yesterday? He was plus. He said, it was all right.
I liked it. I liked it. And that's what I'm trying to tell you.
But I don't knock nobody.
It's because you think it has to be gay. You think anywhere around your butt is gay. Anyway, you should be able to lick. You should be able to lick your underarms, your back.
What if a dude?
I've never heard of that.
Underarms is amazing.
No, maybe licking on the neck and the chest. That's cool.
Underarm is amazing.
I'm not for licking on my nipples. That don't do nothing for
amazing.
I done told. I had one girl was licking on my nipples, and she would do it, and I thought that was her thing. Yeah. But then after a while, I was like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "Oh, you don't." I was like, "No, why are you licking my chest?"
That's not your erogenous zone.
Yeah, don't do.
Yeah.
So have you ever been?
That's where the experimentation.
But I think that was she was with somebody prior.
We only have 2 minutes.
Oh no, real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because see, man, what about if a dude getting pegged? You ever had to peg a dude?
No, I have.
Would that turn you off if a dude want to get pegged?
I'd probably be open to it.
Really?
Yeah. Have you done that with? Because I know you.
I haven't.
Okay.
With a girl. For sure.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Because Amber Rose said that Kanye was into that. Yeah, he was into that. Sticking fingers in his, I guess, swallow.
Well, it is erogenous. I didn't know that.
I heard that.
I had to figure it out on my own. I was like, "There's no way you can have an orgasm."
I've heard
through that, and I've experienced it. I thought it was a lie.
I've heard
I'm like, there's no way
had
that's
orgasm through anal.
Yes.
And I thought only women. I didn't know men.
No, we can 3 ways.
Really?
The clit, inside, the G spot, and
anal.
Anus.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's. I heard about that, but dang, with dudes, man, teach his own.
But blowjobs, I think, would save the world.
I think you're right.
I think it would help women to make men feel more appreciated.
And I just sent them a post saying male semen helps women with depression. So if a woman is depressed, men, you are not doing your damn job.
Don't take Xanax.
You are not doing your semen.
Get some semen.
Do not be selfish and share your semen with these women. It helps with all forms of depression, I'm telling you.
It helps with the skin.
I heard that.
Now, that's one thing I won't do. You're not going to nut on my face. Oh, no. Hell no.
That's the only thing that's off limits.
That's the only thing that's off limits.
Why? Why don't you like that?
That I don't like.
I thought everything goes with you.
No, not that. I do have some limitations.
Put it in my ear.
No. All right, hold on. Do you feel like that's degrading?
Yeah, that I do feel. Okay. That's my personal thing. I don't like it.
I've met females.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I haven't been with one personally.
I don't like that.
I met a female and my partner was messing with her.
Yeah.
And he said, man, she was like, oh yeah, black.
They love it on their face. That's what's it called? Bukkake or some shit.
Bukkake?
Yeah, bukkake.
That's what it is?
Yeah, it's a term.
I don't know, man.
Of getting it on the face. It's not.
What's the dirty Sanchez? I heard that too. Dirty Sanchez.
Oh, I don't know that one.
And teabagging.
Teabagging, that's what the balls all on the face. Have you had threesomes?
With two women?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
No, I haven't.
Have you?
No, I don't do stuff like that. I don't do stuff like that.
You're such a good boy.
He don't have sex.
I don't do stuff like that.
I've never had a threesome. I never went to
Really?
Yeah. I would
honestly. It was never a fantasy for me. I don't know. Is
just for experience?
I'm not gonna knock anybody, but I wouldn't do anything like that. But yeah,
you don't do it with anybody that you love. You do it with just to experiment. I've had threesome, foursomes. I've been with 2 men, and it was the best experience ever.
With
they
2
treated
women?
me like yes. I've been with a couple.
Okay.
I've been with 3 women. But I had to do all the work because
With the
I'm the
women?
boy. Y'all forget. You remember
see,
I told you?
yeah.
I don't look it, but
And that's why
I'm aggressive
I
in
never
bed.
had a fantasy to be with 2 women because as a man, they expect you to do all the work. Now I gotta please, and if they're not into being with each other, because you can only please one at a time. So,
but with women, like 4 women, we can rock it out.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
so you had to do all the work.
Yeah, well, I mean, well, you know, while I was playing, other people were playing, and we'd play, and then I'd play.
How did that? I mean, what you just
how does that come?
Yeah, how did that even come about?
That's a good question.
I get the men part because men are.
I only did that once,
but anyway.
But I only did that once, and I did tell women because they're like, "Oh my gosh, you did it, you guys!" But they were. It was immaculate. I mean, they treated me like a queen. Because
they took care of you.
What? They just wanted to be with me so bad. Even took me in the shower, washed me down afterwards. It was the best experience. Little young guys too.
Do you mind if I get? Do you mind if I
don't? Go right ahead.
Did you get DP'd?
Double penetration.
That's a good question.
Yeah,
I was thinking about that.
I haven't. So here's the deal. I've never had anal sex.
You never did?
No.
Then how you knew you orgasmed from that?
Finger.
Oh, okay. Did even you orgasm?
Yeah.
Oh, so you never
I did it to myself.
Okay.
Oh. So, and I figured out because I'm like, I had to figure it out. I'm like, I know this can't be a lie. Like, let me just see. Let me try. And it did. I was like, oh shit.
So now you're open
and then
to
that's
that?
how I learned. Well, that's probably the only thing that
you ain't gonna do.
No, I want to, but I'm gonna do it with somebody that's it who won't be with.
Oh, okay, got you.
You know what I mean? Now that's the part I'll just. That's just yours. Okay. Nobody else had it.
Got you.
But you know,
but with your twosome,
the other folks had everything else.
That. Okay.
Yeah. So I never did. No, it wasn't double penetration. No, but with the foursome, it was a couple with a friend, and at the gay club, I knew the couple, a stud and a femme, and then my friend, and then they invited us over. After the club,
so that's all that,
and then we all.
So that's how that happened.
And then it got all messed up because then the stud wanted to date me, and then the wife wanted to date me, and I was like, I'm not doing this no more with y'all. It was just supposed to be fun.
So it was like a random type thing. Y'all linked up at the gay club.
It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't planned. It was a couple that I knew. That was a couple, and then my friend, and then after the club, they were like, y'all want to come over, and hang out? And we were like, yeah,
sure. So were you and your friend dating at that time?
It was just a friend.
Was she?
She liked me.
Oh, okay.
She was, but to me, here's my deal. I told everybody that I dated, I'm dating other people. If you want to date me, you can. But I give people I give you choices. I'm not going to manipulate you. I'm not going to make you think you're the only one. I'm not going to make you understand what I'm saying? I give you a choice if you want to hang out or if you don't. So, But I would definitely recommend y'all having a threesome.
Really?
But just with not people that you not nobody that you love. Because if you love them, that's a problem.
That could open up a lot of things.
That happened.
Like what you were just saying.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
And it happened with my girlfriend, and we did it with a guy, and then she didn't like the way I did it with him. Sorry.
Jealous.
Yeah, bad.
All right.
Man, from the Lord to sex.
Around the world in 30 seconds.
Football.